Hi,
Hi, welcome back,
this is Purana Talk,
Leon and Alan.
the Purana guys.
Yeah,
Chapter 178 of the Garuda Purana, a text on Ayurveda in this case, this section of the Garuda Purana, not the whole thing by any means, but it's a long section and it's been very interesting. In this part of the section on diseases, Vishnu speaks, identified as Hari, and he's primarily speaking to Shiva. 1 and 2, stanzas 1 and 2. A woman shall repeat the mantra Om Narayanyai Swaha and give the man she loves Tambula, which is another name for pan, medicated with a compound of Brahmadandi, Vacha, Kushta, Priyangu, and Nagakesara. After giving the betel leaf, she must repeat the Om Harihi Harihi Swaha. The man to whom it is given will surely be under her control. Now, I think we got to talk about that a little bit before we move on.
I would think
the first thing I want to say is the invocation, the offering, the Om Narayanyai Swaha would be. Actually, it looks to me like the dative case of the feminine ending. So this is really not addressed to Narayana, but to Narayani, which is the feminine aspect.
And it's so to put her in control as well. The woman that does this is the one to get control.
Well, now that's got all sorts of ethical issues involved in it as well now. Yeah. So, but now, and this also brings us to, we've been reading throughout this fairly long section on Ayurveda. What we've had is a discourse in which Dhanvantari, the Lord of Ayurveda, who is a deified figure, is speaking to Sushruta, a historical, presumably personage that is a doctor of ancient times and author of another famous text himself. But when we have the section that we've slipped into ever since Vishnu's been speaking directly to Shiva reminds me a lot of the tantric literature in which some sort of communication is going on between deities. Mm-hmm. Here it's between deities. It's not from deity to man. And so, they're giving us the secret stuff. This is the occult, kind of goodies. Don't you see this similarity? It's being depicted as between gods, this kind of communication going on. In some of the tantras, it's Shiva speaking to Parvati, and the only way we get to know it, not that the woman blabs or anything like that. She's tight-lipped as she should be, but in some cases they're sitting by a pond and a little fish hears it, and the fish therefore tells us. I don't know what the explanation is. Who are we that seem to be in on this little private conversation between
the Vishnu person reading
Shiva.
The Garuda Purana, apparently.
Yeah, so maybe it's Shuka or something.
Well, there's so many layers to that.
Yeah, this is something we've hardly even delved into that you'll see as you listen to more and more of these.
Who narrates changes in a very specific way. And so it's sort of like parentheses inside of parentheses.
Yeah, the Puranas are all narrated by somebody, often quoting somebody. So let's continue, because I haven't even looked to see how long this one is yet.
Verse 3.
Cow's tooth, haritala, and crow's tongue, powdered together and deposited on the head of a man, will make him be under the control of the person who deposits it. But if the victim had kept a garland of white mustard flowers in his house, this will not be effective.
So this is what I would call compelling spells. We've had 2 of them now. They're compelling. Both to gain compelling control over someone. Mm-hmm. A woman over a man the first time, and now anyone over anyone.
4. There will be perpetual quarrel in the house, at the threshold of which Vaibhitaka and Shakotaka with the roots and leaves are deposited. In other words, how to sow dissension in a household by placing these two plant substances at the threshold. Yeah, it's oddly put. There will be perpetual quarrel in the house at the threshold of which Vaibhitaka and Shakotaka, with their roots and leaves, are deposited. 5. A woman shall grind the flesh of Kanjarita bird with honey and apply the compound to her vaginal passage during the period of menstruation. Her husband will be her slave. Dark magic. And remember, kids, if you try this at home, just because you found it in the holy book doesn't mean it's without karmic consequences. So
the gods are doing these things and they have these issues.
Well, they're just telling you, they've got access to the whole toolbox. And just because you know where everything is, you don't want to be the sorcerer's apprentice that goes in and plays around.
Learn to stop it before you start it.
Yes. Find the off switch. 6. Fumigating one's body with a compound of aguru, gugulu, nilotpala, and jaggery shall be a great favorite in the royal threshold.
I wonder what that's really trying to say.
I think maybe welcomed in the door of royal families. If you smell that good, you would smell very nice. I think.
It's an incense, I would guess.
Well, aguru
it's sugar.
There's a little sugar in it, but there's also
myrrh. There's
agarwood.
Agarwood, which in Japanese is ko, which is the word they use for all incense. It gives you an idea how important it is.
Infected aloes wood.
And then one thing I don't know, nilotpala.
Yeah, nilotpala. It has blue in it. 7. A tilaka mark on the forehead with the root of white aparajita, ground with rochana, will enable one to captivate anyone who he sees in the royal palace. So how to gain favor of royalty, of the powerful ones, the rich and powerful. 8. Kakajanga, vacha, kushta, leaves of nimba, kumkuma, and one's own blood compounded together will enable anyone to control others. With the blood of a wild cat, take the blood of a wild cat and purify it by cooking it in the oil of karanja. Smear a lotus leaf with this and holding this stone above Rudragni, which is a funeral pyre. Take the root as well and make a collyrium of all together, a black compound. If this is applied to the eyes, one can be invisible.
This is very typical medieval magic in Europe as well. A lot of these same things. They maybe even were trading recipes.
The mantra to be recited is as follows. Om Namaha Khadga Vajra Panaye. Khadga Vajra Panaye. When you think of it that way, it makes perfect sense. Khadga is this it's a knife that Kali holds often. It's kind of this hooked knife. Mm-hmm. And Vajra is the thunderbolt. Right. And I think it's just the bearer of these things is what it's saying. Khadga Vajraya Vajrapanaye. Mahayaksho Senapataye Swaha Om Rudram Hram Hrim Varashakta Varitadit Avidya Varashakta Tvarita Vidya Varashakta Tvarita Vidya Om Mataraha Stambhayata Swaha. The root of Mahasugandhika, which means the great sweet fragrant thing, kept around the hips arrests the rapid emission of semen. if you're prone to premature ejaculation.
Yeah, maybe this mantra is to prevent that. Is that the idea? Or is that mantra to seal this one before it?
It's an odd... Well, that's a good question.
It's not clear.
Yeah. Stanza 9 says, if it is applied to the eyes, one can be invisible, and 10 begins the mantra to be recited is as follows. But before 10 is over, it says the root of Mahasugandhika kept around the hips. That's just another thing altogether. They just thought they'd throw that in. Oh, and by the way, not only can you be invisible, but you can be prevented from premature ejaculation. 11. Reciting the following mantra. Om Namaha Sarvasattve-bhyaha Namaha Siddhim Kuru Kuru Swaha 7 times. The man should whirl the flowers of Karavira in front of women. He can bring under his control whomever he wishes. Ooh, whirling Karaviras. What do you want from me? It shall be yours, master. That wasn't in the text. I was ad-libbing.
A common way I help people understand this is just because you know something works doesn't make it good. And so you've got to keep an eye on, not harming others, not compelling others, making sure you have their conscious permission when you do things, like that.
Don't be an idiot, in other words.
You could say that.
It's uncharitable, I suppose, but just be warned. But clumps of Brahmadandi kept in the mouth at the time of sexual intercourse will arrest the rapid emission of semen. Roots of Jayanti kept in the mouth will keep the man splendid victory in cohabitation, will give the man splendid victory in cohabitation. And really, isn't that what you want? Splendid victory in cohabitation.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're getting at there, unless it's talking about
everybody's
feeling
like
you have a good home, safe.
No, it's not it. No.
Winning at home?
No.
What is it?
Getting off good. Smoke a cigarette afterwards and go, damn, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
okay.
I'm pretty sure that's 14. Roots of Bringaraj are ground into paste with semen and applied to the eyes like collyrium will enable any woman to captivate her lover. His? Okay. 15. Handing over betel leaves with clumps of aparajita with nilotpala is an effective means of captivating others. Handing over betel leaves with clumps of aparijita with nilotpala. That's a hard one to say for some reason. Nilotpala, probably because I don't say it enough. 16 to 18. The regions where Chandrakalas, erotic centers, are located in men and women are, get this now, we've got a list. That word is Chandrakalas, which, lunar arts. I don't know what Chandrakala or moon doers. No, that would be Garuda. No, anyway.
So CHAN.
CANDRA. Well, because the H is for the aspirated. This is the unaspirated C.
CANDARA.
CANDRA. Chandra, like moon.
Okay.
You can put an H in it. That's just English. This is transliterative spelling. Yeah. And the other is Kalas, Kala, with a line over it, and the S is an English, pluralization. Chandrakala.
So moon
center. Moon's center. But it says erotic centers is what it means, and it provides a list. So, take notes. Big toes. Starts there. Feet. Heels. Knees. Working our way up. Pelvis. Navel. Wait a minute. Chest. Abdomen. You really are writing them all down. Armpits. Throat. cheeks, lips, eyes, forehead.
I got as far as cheeks.
Lips, eyes, forehead, and head. So these are the regions where Chandrakalas are located in men and women, are all of these places that are just listed. But now it says, in men,
yes,
they are in the right side, and in women, they are on the left side. So you want to get that guy's right big toe, but if you're going for that girl, you get her left big toe.
Right side is male and left side is female.
Yep. Yeah, and this is often, this is how Ardhanarishwara is, his right is male and his left is female.
Okay.
By tickling these centers, love can be aroused.
Okay.
Different centers from the head to the toe should be tickled in the bright half and from toe to head in the dark half of the lunar month. So take your almanac to bed with you.
Or look beforehand.
In the Kama Shastra, 64 arts and measures of fascination have been fully explained by which man and wife can enamor mutually. Girls and women are charmed by close embraces. Rochana, fragrant flowers, nimba flowers, priyangu, kumkuma, and chandana, marking the forehead, can keep the whole world captivated. The mantra to be recited in this process of fascination is Om Hrim Gauri Devi Saubhagyam Purusha Vashyadi Dehi Me. Om Hrim Lakshmi Devi Saubhagyam Sarvam Trailokya Mohanam. And it offers a translation. O goddess Gauri, give unto me all fortunes and amiability of children. O goddess Lakshmi, give unto me the fortune that charms the three worlds.
Oh, that's an interesting translation.
I find it really interesting that they're actually including, essentially cosmetics and mantras with a deliberate intention of controlling,
fascination in this case.
Mohana, charming and fascinating, and bringing under control the, they're being quite direct about what's up here. O Rudra, sweet scents, turmeric, saffron, etc., applied over the body, fumigations, flowers, incense, etc., are things that charm others. By applying a plaster of Dura Labha, Vacha, Kushak, Kumkum, and Shatavari, ground into paste in oil to the vaginal passage, a woman can charm her lover. Fumigating her vaginal canal with the smoke of nimba twigs, a woman will become fortunate in enslaving her husband. Squat over the incense burner, I guess. Butter taken from buffalo's milk, kushta, madhuyashtika, etc., applied to the vagina makes a woman fortunate in conjugal bliss and her husband her slave. So much for the patriarchy. Camille Podley would be proud. Cook, madhuyashti, kantakarika, the cow's milk, taken in equal quantities in water and reduce the entire thing to 1/4. This decoction, drunk hot, enables a woman to conceive quickly. Seeds of matulunga. Matulunga should be purified and cooked in milk. Drinking this, a woman will be able to conceive. There is no doubt in this. 27. A woman desiring to beget a male child must drink ghee, medicated with seeds of matulunga and roots of erinda. Ashwagandha cooked in milk and mixed with ghee is a good medicine enabling conception. Seeds of palasha ground into paste with honey when drunk by a woman in menses stops the menstrual flow as well as conception.
So, wait. That last one was actually contraception, right?
Pretty much. It will stop conception. It will stop the menses. It will stop. Drunk by a woman in menses will stop menstrual flow as well as conception. Is it an abortifacient?
It must be something like that, or a poison.
It's ashwagandha cooked in milk. That's a good enabling. That enables conception. But seeds of palasha ground into paste with honey drunk by a woman in menses stops the menstrual flow as well as conception. Well, as always, interesting stuff.
Yeah,
very interesting stuff.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again real soon, I suspect, especially if you're into black magic. You'll tune right in. No. Well, maybe if you're into white magic, you'll want to know what the black magician might be doing.
But it's ethically challenging magic. The gods don't talk black magic, do they? I mean, this is Vishnu.
Well, I'm just pointing
Vishnu,
out that,
for God's sake. It's not even Shiva talking. It's Vishnu that's laying
anything you feel is okay for you to do to others, it might be okay for them to do to you. So if it's okay to compel somebody to love you or compel somebody to have sex with you or something like that, then it should be okay for them to do that to you, right?
Think about that.
Yeah.